Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Linda, for jumping in there. I couldn't see you either, so I was feeling like I was going a bit blind, and I thought, well, I'll just be guided. And so my last point about myself is that I often laugh at inappropriate moments, which can come across as thoughtless and insensitive. So sometimes I do it just to break the moment, or a little bit of just a mechanism for me. But just know that I'm aware of that, and I wanted to let you know up front because it's a sensitive subject. But my reframe for us all today is that I'm committed to sharing my passion with passion, for I care. I really, truly care about what I do. So why do we fear change? I want to acknowledge that the caliber of people in this room, you've all been there. This is not something new that I'm telling you. This is not something that you don't experience, but I think it's important that we acknowledge that everyone feels fear. I'm sure to get where you are today, you felt fear and gone through it. We fear change because our minds are generally work around trying to keep us safe. There's a real historical build to us where we want to actually feel safe, and in feeling safe, we don't like to change. We don't like that part of going outside and doing something new, trying something new. The fear of what lays ahead is scary and feels uncomfortable. And there's actually a lot of chemical changes that happen when you feel certainty. And that's really important to recognize because it is normal. So how do we work with that? Knowing that is so important. Knowing that we create stories to keep us safe. So when we fear change, when we might walk into a room and two people are talking over in another corner, and they stop talking, and suddenly you think, oh my gosh, what were they talking about me? There's no indication that they were talking about you. There's no hint of anything, but your brain's made a story, and in that story there's certainty and comfort. I'm sure we've all had that come up. The thing I wanted to talk about too is I love this quote from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross about there's only two emotions, love and fear. I don't know if you've heard it, but all emotions come from love and fear. So when we have positive emotions, they're coming from a loving place, and negative emotions are coming from a fearful place. When we know that some of this fear, some of the anger we feel can be a fear of change. Some of the sadness can be a fear of change. Knowing that this permeates our life, it's important to know that we are actually so close so many times, but the fear of change will stop us going over. And even though we know it, why do we not do anything about it? Why do we let this fear keep us stuck in this space? Because change happens when the pain of staying the way we are is greater than the pain of changing. And I love that quote. It so resonates with me. That's from Tony Robbins. People will know, you'll know people that will hang on to a story in order to, I need to do this, but I just can't. I've never done it this way. I've never been able to be good at athletics. I've never been able to do this. So the fear of the change, the fear of actually what might lie on the other side, that uncertainty is what scares people into staying the same way. So it brings me to this really good point where we might say, who do you know that is hurting right now? Who do you know is stuck, fearful of change, fearful of what might happen, fearful of where they might go? Those that are most resistant to change are the humans that need it the most. And I know for myself, through my evolution, I am way more accepting of change that goes on. I observe it, I step back, I see it, I look at my triggers. But that's because I've been on this journey. When people are starting out, the one thing that they don't want to look at is that change. They don't want to lean in to understanding a little bit more about what's happening, they back away. So who do you know that is hurting right now? I find it frustrating, and I think as you grow, and you're all high caliber people, as you grow, you want to shake people awake and say, I know that you're hurting, but there's something you can do. There's something that you can change. So those most resistant, just know that they're the ones that need it the most. There's many modalities, and we're going to go through some ideas today, but many modalities, healers, find something that works for them. Help them get into that right sort of situation so that they see the opportunities and the possibilities. So the 5 tips I'm going to go through, and we'll talk in more detail, is do the healing, understand resistance, understand accountability and how important it is, transcending belief, and using a fresh start. They're really important. I use these with my clients. We go through them, whatever order it happens is the order that's right. I always start with healing. And I'd love this to be experiential for you today. I'd love it if you could think of something that you've been wanting to change that you haven't at this point, something that you've had on your to-do list, something that has been there and you've always gone, I need to do that. I need to get around to that, or this is my goal. And then as we step through these, see if there's something that comes up for you. This is one of my initial requests where we try and see what's been holding you back. So I'll start with healing. Healing's one of the biggest things that we need to do, and we all need it. No one's immune from it. And we are onions, we delayer, we have different levels of consciousness, but at each level, we heal again. So we all go through some sort of trauma, and the trauma can be, it's trauma to us. There's different variances of trauma. What's trauma to me is not trauma to you. That's perfectly fine. But what happens is, in our trauma, we have limiting beliefs that are created and they hold us back. They shape the decisions that we make. We think we've never done well at athletics. I might have always been a slow runner. I then believe as an adult, I'm still not able to achieve that goal of running. I'm Australian, so I'm going to say it in kilometres, but like 10 kilometres in an hour. You know, that would be an aspiration for a lot of people, but they never ran it when they were small, so they don't think they can. And that limiting belief has coloured their world. People tell themselves the stories. They tell yourself the same story. Albert Einstein said, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And that's the same with the story you tell yourself. How often do you say, but I've never been able to do that. I can't do that. It's a limiting belief that holds you back. So when you lean into it, it is scary and uncomfortable. So you need to find someone that works for you, find the right healing modality, the right practitioner. If you don't heal your past, it will always be in your future. And this is so important and so critical. So I have multiple modalities. I'm an executive coach and I work in that space, but I also do a healing modality, which is critical. It's where we cut through the crap. It's where we actually stop and go, you know what, let's heal that crap. From that platform, we know we can then coach. But if you don't heal that crap, those stories are hard to get through. That you're trying to climb a mountain with a little toothpick that's going to help you on the way to get over that story. Clear the crap, get over the story, keep the lessons, because the lessons are what help you grow. Keep the understanding, because life is a journey. Life is about understanding and the lessons we're here to learn. Life is about going, okay, from that point, I keep moving. I grow. We all have this amazing purpose that is so unique and so individual. Without the healing, that holds us back. Without understanding that people are here to do something specific, I get really frustrated and sad for people that just accept where they are in life. They accept that this is their lot. I can't do anything about it. There is stuff you can do. There's a lot of capability. Heal and move on. heal and actually take steps forward. Understanding resistance and what resistance does for us. The language we use is creating our reality. So when we have, when we look at things, it can be too big. Can I cope? Can I do this? All that language is disempowering. How do you say, you know, someone's had some sadness? I'll never get over this. It's a pretty big statement. It's a very big statement to own. Maybe you will. Maybe the language you use is, today's a tough day, but I don't know about tomorrow. You know, that gives you that open-ended ability to change the way you're feeling, permission to feel differently. So know the language that we use. The I am statement is so big. I am never, I am this, I am that. When we use that language, we know that we're actually defining ourselves. Use it for good. Understand in this life of lessons, what are the role of your obstacles? What are they trying to tell you? You know, the best space to get into is a space of flow, a space where things work. It doesn't mean that there's not challenging times, but in flow, it feels like you're in a space that actually you've got decisions. And this all builds to that point where you look at it as not a negative moment, where you build to it as, okay, what's this story I'm telling myself? What's this trigger that's coming up for now? When you look for the resistance, you look at where the gold lies. And you've all got examples of this in your life. If I was, you know, we had an event going on a couple of weeks ago where I had moved my world. I've got 3 children. We'd been away. We came back. I was finely tuned, you know, as any parent will say, I know I've got to be here to here. I've got to pick up this person here. And so they cancelled at the last minute. And I felt really frustrated with that. And I went, okay, what's the frustration in this for me? And that's my resistance. What's that trigger that's coming up for me? Look into it. And I realized that I had put everything to commit to this, and I didn't feel like they were in the same commitment. So, no, that's on me. In the end of the day, things change, people change, but that's on me. But understanding the resistance you feel is where the gold lies. I've worked through it, and I've gone, oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. So it helps you to feel that little bit better. Resistance is a good sign, but stay on the court. Don't get drawn into it. Don't get caught up in the drama. Don't get caught up into the going over things over and over again. Work through it. Get yourself that coach, that mentor, that person that's there for you to help you process whatever's going on. Resistance is amazing. Understanding your resistance is amazing because that's where the transformation lies. Accountability. Honor your word. We are so good at doing it for others. We do that all the time. We're very good. If we commit to having something there by 5 o'clock, it's there by 5. If we commit to saying, yes, I'll be there to help you move, we're there to help you move. How often are we not true to ourselves? If we have a goal where we say we're going to run 1 mile every day, and that first or second morning you get up and you go, oh my God, that's amazing. The third morning, what happens? That snooze button. It's a bit cold outside today. Oh, I'm rushing. Where are you honouring your word for you? Transforming your relationship with your spoken word is a game changer, and we know that it doesn't exist as much as we would like it to be. Be your word like your life depended on it. Have that accountability partner. Maybe that's where you say, actually, in order to do this mile every day, I might need someone to do it with me. Or I might need somebody that I text and say, hey, did my mile today, how are you going? There's plenty of ways around this, but accountability is so important. Without strong accountability, we tolerate not living our dreams. Walk your talk. I know that in this leadership group, there's plenty of amazing people that are coaches as well. And as a coach, we walk our talk. As a parent, we walk our talk. We want to be able to just be accountable to ourselves, and it makes such a difference in the way we feel about ourselves, in the way we transform what we do. it's important to say that it's important to feel like that small oversight of not actually doing what we say we'll do will carry a lot of weight with us. It slowly erodes our reputation and our feeling of self. You know, that person that says, well, you know me, I never turn up when I say I will. I've got friends like that we've made a commitment, and I know, will they be? Some I'll go, absolutely, I'll know if they're going to be there. But others don't. And that's integrity. That's so important to life, so important to anybody that's setting goals. Transcend beliefs. This is so important. This is where have you done this before? Where have you actually had something that you achieved? And it might have been small. It might be a small little piece. Evidence transcends all negative beliefs. If you think you can, you can. And we know there's so much work out there. There's so many sort of detailed studies by different people where what we say is the energy we create. If the universe wants everything to happen that we want, the universe wants that for us as well. But what happens is there's a mismatch in energy. There's you're not putting out the energy to receive it in. And that's easy to do. You think you're doing all the right things, but being present is the most important part of it all. Meditation, mindfulness, self-care, it's all critical. You need to find what works for you. But when you start to understand that believing you can is the first critical step, this is the game changer. How often have we put out a goal that we never really thought we could achieve anyway? And then what? Has anyone ever achieved it? It doesn't happen that way. This is where you need to believe that you can. We are all unique. We all have an amazing purpose on this planet to deliver, to bring to others. That is just so uniquely yours. You need to believe in that. And part of this whole process is uncovering that purpose as well. Like Linda said at the beginning, I love people living their life on purpose. I know for myself, it is a journey, and life is this journey. It's that beautiful statement where they say there's 2 dates on the tombstone and life's about what happens in between. What do you want people to say about you? What do you want to be able to say at the end of your life? What do you want people to be able to say? I know I'm a passionate parent. I am just so committed to that. But I also have this, drive to be the transformation for people, to help them facilitate their own transformation. So my belief was, in the beginning, I knew I wanted that, but did I believe I could do it? I had to go on the journey. I had to get to that point. And we can all be in this sort of situation where we think, I just need one more skill. I just need one more certificate. I need to if I get that speaking gig, then I'll be ready. Actually, you're ready today. So the belief is that you're ready today. Believe that in yourself. That person that is ready to launch is ready today. And so the last one that I really love is the fresh start. Katie Milkman talks about this in one of her books on change. And it is proven that a fresh start is pivotal to achieving your goals. You think of it, New Year's Eve. Who hasn't set a good intention for New Year's Day? Right, okay, this is the year. I am going to exercise. I'm going to lose that weight, do that, be that business, be that person. It doesn't have to be New Year's Eve. It can be any time. Find a pivotal moment for you. It could be a birthday. It could be a Monday. It could be a transformational change. It could be leaving a new job, leaving an old job, starting a new job. It could be a realization. I feel like there's if you think back in life, think of the milestones that sit in your mind that you remember. There'll be milestones in your life. What were they? Because life's not linear. It's not just a set of calendar dates. You don't go, now I had a great 2017 to 18. It's the time in this job, the time when my children were small, the time my parent passed away, the time someone close to me was sick and I was scared. They're the moments in life. What's the fresh start for you? What will help you to make this change today? if you think about yourself, there's a beautiful process that you can do. It's called like a future pacing, but future pacing yourself. Where would you be in 6 months? If you make no change today, where would you be in 6 months? Where would you be in a year? Will you still be happy if you're the same person today as you are in 5 years? But what do you need to change the way you see the world so that you actually move past the resistance, be accountable for yourself, create that fresh start, believe that you can? And when we're making change, you've got the carrot or the stick. What's amazing, what sort of creative reward have you got for yourself? We do it for other people. We have bonuses at work, we have gift cards, we have, things that we do for other people. What do you do for yourself? Is it something personal? Is it a holiday? Is it a special treat? Is it something that you go, actually, is it that new outfit or gym gear, something that is absolutely for you because you have nailed something that you didn't think was achievable? So the reward is big. It doesn't have to be monetary. Just think of something that is absolutely so warranting the work that's going to go in, because it's a little bit painful. When we're making change, we're achieving goals, we're leaning into some resistance, we're going to be accountable, we're facing some things. I want you to be kind to yourself as well. Forgive yourself for the person that you've been up till now. Forgive yourself for not making this change 5 years ago. I have clients that say, but I'm 60. And I go, you know what? And you're 60. 60 brings wisdom. 60 brings knowledge. 60 brings insights. I wouldn't go backwards for anything. Don't take me back to my 20s. I want to be that person that's grown and seen change. And so it's just that part of it. That future that you see for yourself is amazing and bright. And in that space, there is so much that you've got to deliver on. So be kind to that person, because people lament that they haven't done it earlier. Don't lament it. You needed to learn all those lessons. The journey was yours. The bigger the lesson, the bigger the insight.